Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden language of big business. And when it comes to isotopes and cancer treatment, get ready to be decoded. Before we dive in, if you love getting straightforward insights from company filings, make sure you're subscribed and join our growing community on Discord linked in the description below. Today we're looking at a report from ASP Isotopes Inc, which is really about a new venture, a company they're involved with called IsoBio Inc. It seems ASP Isotopes is investing in or partnering with IsoBio, which is focused on a really cutting-edge area, cancer treatment, using something called antibody isotope conjugates, or AICs. Think of it like using special targeted bullets made of isotope conjugates, or AICs. Think of it like using special targeted bullets made of isotopes to attack cancer cells. This filing is essentially announcing that IsoBio has just secured its first round of funding, a Series Seed funding, to push this technology forward. The report is dated July 28, 2025, and it tells us about this important step for IsoBio. Isotopes Inc. itself is a public company trading on the Nasdaq under the symbol SBI. Interesting, ASP Isotopes is identifying itself as an emerging growth company. This means they get to use some relaxed regulations for reporting, which can be a good thing for a newer company trying to grow, but it also means we might get a bit less detailed financial information compared to more established companies. The core of this report is about a press release from July 28, 2025, announcing that IsoBio Inc. has received its initial Series Seed funding. This is a critical early stage investment that essentially kicks off the serious development and commercialization of their antibody isotope conjugates technology for treating cancer. The document mentions that Isotopes and IsoBio will also be hosting an investor webcast to discuss this partnership further, so it's likely a big deal for both companies and for anyone interested in the future of cancer therapies. This press release is attached as an exhibit to this filing. It provides more details about the funding and the technology, while the filing explicitly states not to consider the 5th and 6th paragraphs of that press release. For this report, we can assume the main announcement about the funding and the AIC's technology is what's important here. Exhibit 99.1 is specifically this press release. It highlights that IsoBio's mission is to advance these innovative AICs for cancer treatment. That's a really significant goal, and getting seed funding means they've convinced investors that this approach has potential. We see that the report is signed by Paul Mann, who is identified as the Chief Executive Officer of ASP Isotopes Inc. This tells us that this announcement and the company's involvement with IsoBio is a top priority for their leadership. While this particular filing is very short and primarily announces the funding for IsoBio, it's important to understand the context. ASP Isotopes Inc. is a company that deals with isotopes which are essentially different forms of the same element with varying numbers of neutrons. These have applications in medicine, research and industry. By investing in or partnering with IsoBio, strategically positioning themselves in the rapidly growing field of targeted cancer therapies, which heavily relies on precise delivery mechanisms like these antibody isotope conjugates. The success of IsoBio's AICs could directly benefit ASP Isotopes through its investment or supply agreements. Beyond partnering with IsoBio, they are strategically positioning themselves in the rapidly growing field of targeted cancer therapies, which heavily relies on precise delivery mechanisms like these. And investing in or partnering with IsoBio, they are strategically positioning themselves in the rapidly growing field of targeted cancer therapies, which heavily relies on... Now, when we look at this filing, there aren't any detailed financial tables that we typically see in a full quarterly or annual report. This is more of a very specific announcement focused on an event. However, the fact that ASP Isotopes is involved in funding a company like IsoBio indicates a strategic direction. For ASP to move is common for companies looking to grow beyond their core products by investing in innovative technologies that complement their existing business. The real story here is the development of IsoBio and its AIC technology. If these antibody isotope conjugates prove effective in clinical trials and gain regulatory approval, they could represent a shift in how certain cancers are treated. This would mean a significant market opportunity not only for IsoBio but also for suppliers of the necessary isotopes. The Series Seed funding is just the very first step in a long and often challenging journey for a biotechnology company. There will be many hurdles to overcome, including rigorous scientific testing, regulatory approvals, and scaling up manufacturing. However, this initial funding is a crucial validation of their concept and team. Looking ahead, we'll want to keep an eye on ASP Isotopes Inc. to see how their involvement with IsoBio develops. We'll be looking for updates on IsoBio's progress in their clinical trials and any further investments or partnerships that emerge from this initial seed round. The success of this venture will depend on many factors, including the efficacy and safety of the AICs, the competitive landscape in cancer therapy, and the ability of both ASP Isotopes and IsoBR to execute their strategies effectively. Alright, that's a quick decode of this ASP Isotopes filing. It's all about a new push into cancer treatment through a partner company called IsoBio. What's your take on this move into targeted cancer therapies? Do you think it's a smart strategic play for a company dealing with isotopes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into the corporate world. And don't forget to join the conversation on our Discord channel linked in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.